The morning sun rises slowly over the bustling marketplace, spreading golden light over the worn-out streets. Vendors call out their prices, children run through the alleys, and the smell of freshly fried snacks fills the air. In the middle of all this noise and movement sits Raghav, a man whose life has been reduced to a corner and a begging bowl. His clothes are dusty and torn, his hair unkempt, and his eyes carry stories of years filled with struggle. Every day, Raghav watches people rush past him, some in a hurry to reach work, some buying vegetables, some simply passing by without noticing him at all. He stretches out his hand mechanically, like a daily ritual, silently hoping for a few coins to fall into his bowl. Each clink of a coin brings temporary relief but also a painful reminder of how dependent he has become. Inside, however, something feels broken. Raghav often wonders, is this all there is for me? Was I truly born only to beg? But then he shakes his head, convincing himself that destiny has already been written and he has no power to change it. On this particular day, an old man appears. Unlike everyone else, he doesn't rush. He stands in front of Raghav for a long time, observing him carefully, almost as if he can see through his soul. Finally, when Raghav asks for alms, the old man doesn't hand him money. Instead, he speaks gently, "Tell me, son, why do you beg?" Raghav is startled. No one has ever asked him that. He replies weakly, "Because I have no choice." The old man smiles, not mocking, but wise, and says, "The biggest prison in this world is the mindset you lock yourself in." And in that moment, something shifts inside Raghav. That night, Raghav cannot sleep. The marketplace noises have faded, but the old man's words echo louder than any sound he has ever heard. The biggest prison is the mindset you lock yourself in. He turns on his thin, torn bedding, staring at the cracked ceiling of the abandoned shed he calls home. For the first time in years, he feels something unusual, discomfort. Not the discomfort of hunger or cold, but the discomfort of truth. He remembers the life he once imagined. Years ago, he had hands skilled enough to stitch torn clothes, mend old fabrics, and even design simple patterns. He once dreamed of becoming a tailor with his own small shop. But life threw storms at him, poverty, loss, and fear made him believe he wasn't worthy of success. Slowly, he let go of his craft and surrendered to begging. But now, the old man's question keeps poking at his heart. Why do you beg? He tries to justify it. I have no money, no support, no opportunity. But another voice inside whispers, or maybe you never tried again. The next morning, instead of sitting at his usual begging spot, Raghav stands up and walks through the market with new eyes. He watches shopkeepers opening shutters, sweeping floors, laughing, working, living with purpose. His feet stop in front of a tailor shop. The rhythmic sound of the sewing machine reminds him of the life he abandoned. His heart pounds. Doubt creeps in. What if they laugh at me? What if I fail again? But for the first time, courage speaks louder than fear. Trying once is better than begging forever. With trembling hands and a heart full of uncertainty, Raghav steps inside the tailor shop. The place smells of fabric, thread, and fresh cotton, scents he has missed for years. Rolls of colorful cloth are stacked neatly on shelves, and the steady hum of a sewing machine fills the room. The owner, Mr. Suresh, a middle-aged man with sharp eyes and a calm demeanor, looks up from his work as Raghav enters. Raghav hesitates. His torn clothes and tired appearance make him feel out of place. Yes. What do you need? The tailor asks, his tone neutral. Gathering all his courage, Raghav takes a deep breath and says, "Sir. I want to work. I used to stitch before. I can clean, arrange cloth, help in small tasks. I just want to try again." The tailor studies his face closely, not his clothes, not his poverty, but his sincerity. After a long pause, he says, "I can't promise much. But you can start by cleaning the shop." To Raghav, this isn't a small job. It's a door opening, a chance to rewrite his destiny. From that day, he sweeps the floor, organizes threads, folds cloth, and watches every move the tailor makes. At night, when the shop closes, he practices stitching with leftover scraps. His fingers, though stiff at first, slowly remember the delicate art they once mastered. Days pass, and Raghav begins stitching small items, handkerchiefs, simple repairs, tiny crafts. Mr. Suresh notices the unexpected craftsmanship. "You made this?" he asks in surprise. Raghav nods shyly. For the first time in years, he sees something new in someone's eyes when they look at him. Respect. Weeks flow into months, and with every passing day, Raghav transforms, slowly, silently, but powerfully. No longer does he walk into the shop with lowered eyes or hesitant steps. There is a new energy in him, a quiet fire that keeps him moving forward. His stitching becomes sharper, cleaner, more creative. What began as practice with leftover cloth soon turns into beautifully sewn handkerchiefs, neatly repaired garments, and small handcrafted items that customers begin to notice. One afternoon, a woman walks into the shop holding a blouse stitched by Raghav. "Who made this?" she asks with genuine astonishment. Mr. Suresh glances at Raghav and smiles. "He did." The woman praises the work, and for the first time in a long time, Raghav feels pride, not the pride of ego, but the pride of earning something with his own hands. Slowly, Mr. Suresh begins trusting him with more and more tasks. He teaches Raghav advanced stitching techniques and lets him handle customers directly. Soon, Raghav earns enough to buy clean clothes and even rents a tiny room, a place he can finally call home. People who once walked past him without noticing now greet him with respect. Some even bring clothes specifically requesting his stitching. Raghav realizes something profound. His life didn't change because someone gave him money. His life changed because he decided to change his mindset. Fear had chained him to the ground, but courage lifted him higher than he ever imagined. One peaceful morning, as Raghav walks through the marketplace, now with confidence in his steps and purpose in his eyes, he notices a familiar sight. At the corner where he once sat with a begging bowl, another man sits hunched over, his hands stretched out, eyes filled with helplessness. The world walks past him just as it once walked past Raghav. Raghav pauses. For a moment, memories flood back, the hunger, the shame, the hopelessness, the belief that life would never change. His heart aches, but this time not from pain. From understanding. He approaches the man and sits beside him quietly. The beggar looks up, expecting a coin. But instead, Raghav offers something far more valuable. He smiles gently and says, "Brother, why do you beg?" The question startles the man, just as it once startled him. The beggar hesitates, then whispers the same words Raghav once spoke, "Because I have no choice." Raghav places a hand on his shoulder and repeats the very words that changed his own life. The biggest prison in this world is the mindset you lock yourself in. Change your thinking, and your life will follow. The man looks confused, but something shifts in his eyes, something small, but real. A spark. Raghav doesn't give him money. He gives him hope. As Raghav stands and walks away, a soft smile appears on his face. His journey has come full circle. He didn't just fix his life. He became a reason someone else might fix theirs too. Because when one mindset changes, one life changes.